A lot of people that don't get the help end up becoming homeless, aimless. Hello, my name is Pej. I'm an interventionist. I help a lot of people with drug addiction, alcoholism, and mental health. I wear a lot of different hats. I am an interventionist that goes out on the front lines and tries to get people out of the grips of addiction, or if they're suffering from alcoholism. It takes a lot. It's not always easy, but I'm also about the follow through. So, today's topic is about various drugs or substances that people will use and how we can help them, if it's even possible. I get a lot of phone calls from a lot of people who have a loved one that's in psychosis, sometimes a boyfriend, sometimes a son, sometimes a daughter that's in full-blown psychosis, and they're at their wits' end. They don't know how to exactly go about it. Like, what do we do in order to help them? And so, sometimes people will actually get me to come out and do an intervention on them, depending on the case and the scenario, and if it's something that I can work with. But sometimes they just want tips, and really, it's hard to talk to somebody who is in a different realm of their mind, where they're not really able to make sense of things, where they actually are in full flight from reality, and it's just not like a state of reasonableness. There's no way of really being able to talk to them and making them aware that they need help. However, there are strategic ways of going about trying to get them in a position where they have a realization that their life isn't working for them and that they're going to need help soon or get help soon. A lot of people that don't get the help end up becoming homeless, aimless, living a life on the streets because nobody could help them. But I believe a lot could be prevented if a professional is brought into the picture, whether it's me or another interventionist or somebody that does this professionally and is able to hopefully get through to them and get them to understand that it's time to get some help. Again, it's not easy, but many different people have many different addictions. When it comes to an alcoholic, in many cases, alcoholics are easy to talk to, not when they're inebriated, not when they're under the influence. It's hard to have a conversation with somebody that's deep in their alcoholism, but it's usually the guilt and shame and remorse that comes with the come down when they're actually coming off of the alcohol, the hangovers, feeling a certain way of sorts the following day after going on a spree, after binge drinking. So if I'm often brought in to talk to an alcoholic, I'm able to get through to them a lot easier than it would for a person that's not in the right mental state as a result of doing many stimulants. Then there's also people that use opiates. Many different people will do, heroin or prescription pills or various opiates it's intended to alleviate their pain and not have them endure physical pain, but it's also, when abused, obviously giving them a whole other feeling and putting them in a different mental state, which that's part of the addiction. They get addicted to the feeling that it gives them, and so they keep seeking more and more, and on top of that, their body becomes dependent upon it. So that type of population, when it comes to somebody with an opiate addiction, is not as hard to try to help or intervene on, because those people are, if they get to a point where they are experiencing withdrawals, dope sickness, knowing like they don't want to keep feeling like this, knowing that if they continue to use, it's just going to get worse and worse, but they've become so dependent upon it that they will stop for a period of time and start experiencing major amounts of withdrawal, knowing that they need to somehow address the issue, whether it is to go to a doctor to get put on Suboxone maintenance or to actually going and getting detoxified in some kind of center or a hospital setting or in a medical setting. So, often with them, they know that the writing's on the wall and they know that they need to get help. The only problem is once you get most people with opiate addictions help and they do go into a safe environment and address the issue, sometimes the beast sleeps with one eye open, and after a while, when they think they have enough information, they end up going back to it a lot of times. So it's just a reality. So, I just wanted to let it be known, like, this is what I do. I'm out constantly trying to help people. I'm in front of a lot of different people of all different walks of life, of all different types of they carry a lot of psychological problems. A lot of them do not know what they want to do with their lives. They don't know if they want to get sober. Often other people want them to get sober. Often the courts want them to get sober, but the power of their addiction or their alcoholism will end up preventing them from actually making a wise choice and doing what's different. I think deep down inside, in everybody's core, somebody that's abusing drugs and alcohol, they always have this feeling like, I probably shouldn't have gotten this bad, or I probably shouldn't be doing this, but it's a soft voice. And the voice of the addiction can be much more strong and prevent them from actually wanting to get help. But I think really everybody at some point or another knows their life's not working for them and they want help. So if you are somebody that you know is struggling with addiction or alcoholism and you want to just talk, call me, maybe explore options on how to go about helping them, you can always call me. My name is Pej. I'm the interventionist. 310-596-9356. You can send me a text if you don't feel comfortable talking on the phone, and just give me a brief synopsis of what's going on, and we can go from there.